والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. صلى الله عليك يا مولانا يا أبا عبد الله. صلى الله عليك يا ابن رسول الله. صلى الله عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. صلى الله عليك يا ابن فاطمة المظلومة. ما خاب من تمسك بكم وأمن من لجأ إليكم. يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز والله فوزا عظيما. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في محكم كتابه: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: ومن يعظم شعائر الله فإنها من تقوى القلوب. آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. For the love of Abba Abdullah Husayn, with the loudest of our voices, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad. For the love of our beloved first Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, with the loudest of our voices, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Salli ala Muhammad. And for the love of our beloved awaited Savior, the 12th Imam, with the loudest of our voices, sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. Once again, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us this opportunity and this moment in this holy month of Muharram to continue acquiring the understanding of our faith and the understanding of our school of thought through those valuable lessons that were established and taught by our beloved Master and Savior Aba Abdullah Husayn salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. If mu'mineen and mu'minat will recall very well, last night we looked at Aba Abdullah Husayn in the media and beyond the walls of our centers. And in the discussion of last night, we encouraged the mu'mineen and mu'minat to play their part. And each and every one of us as a role or a responsibility towards the message of Aba Abdullah. And as I highlighted, it's high time we market Aba Abdullah and take him to the next level. And we all have the capability of doing so. It's just about being disciplined and being committed to the task. Now the ayah I quoted just now is same ayah we looked at last night, which is Quran 22 verse 32, where Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala comes forward to say, ذَلِكَ وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ شَعَائِرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهَا مِن تَقْوَى الْقُلُوبِ. Remember the ayah. That indeed, the one who honor or respect the symbols of Allah, that is indeed a sign of having piety in one's heart. And we explained last night, not to belabor the point, that no doubt attending the majlis of Aba Abdullah or anything that is in relation to the affairs of Aba Abdullah, once we respect it, it is honoring the symbol of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is indeed a sign of having piety in one's heart. Now, departing from this ayah, my topic of tonight will be the stages that the symbols of Allah pass through. In other words, the stages of Azadari, from the teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhi wassalam. And inshallah tonight, I will finish the first segment of my discussion, which is theological. And then from tomorrow, we'll begin with the second segment. And then after 2 or 3 days, we'll begin to conclude with the last segment. So the second segment from tomorrow will be the mystical dimension of Karbala and Ashura, where we'll look at a lot of the spiritual essence of Karbala. And then the last one, inshallah, will be the social dimension of Karbala, which inshallah will take through up until looking at the correlation between the uprising of Aba Abdullah and that of the 12th Imam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. And the aim of tonight's discourse, like any night, every night, before you go out of this place, my aim of tonight's discourse is for each and every one of us to understand these 3 main stages of Azadari and what to do about it. And if you go to look at these stages, these are the stages established by our beloved Imams. Some in difficult situations, they managed to establish that. So hence, it's important before we go out of this place tonight to start thinking again, initiate dialogue. What do we do more to appreciate the efforts of Ahlul Bayt alayhi wasallam? And my examination of tonight will be of the following 3 stages. The first stage, I'm going to directly discuss the 3 stages. The planning stage, the promotion stage, and the stabilization stage. These are the 3 main stages of the Azadari of Aba Abdullah Husayn. And then the second stage of the examination, we will look at the ornament and the beauty of Karbala and Ashura. Each and everything as ornament, as beauty. So what are the beauties of Karbala? So that I and you can paint ourselves with those beauties of Karbala. Because you cannot be Husayni until and unless you are able to paint yourself with the color of Karbala. You may be here and cry. You may be here and wear black. You may be here and to recite Marthia. I may be here to recite Majlis. So long as I am not proactive in trying to paint myself with the colors of the beauty of Karbala, I may not be regarded as a true Husayni. And then the last stage of tonight's discourse, inshallah, we will conclude, inshallah, brothers and sisters, by looking at the 3 main dimensions of Karbala and Ashura. And one of them, it will be the entire topic of tomorrow, inshallah. First stage, the stages of Azadari. The first stage is a planning stage, which is very strategical. You know, for every leader, we have a lot of leadership of our communities here. To be a good leader, you have to be someone, when he initiates, he also proposes a retention plan. You know, one of the biggest challenges of our community is what? We have beautiful programs, but we are unable to retain them. We only react to situations. We don't have pre-plans. Oh, somebody attack Muslims. Everybody stand. Somebody married to someone which is not right. Everybody start shouting. There is no pre-plan. That is our biggest issue, especially we Shia Islam. We jump to sins. But every leader, to be a good leader, is when you initiate, you have a retention plan. In other words, it doesn't just happen only today, there is continuation to that. And who better to teach I and you than Abu Abdullah Husayn salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Muhammad. Because as you know very well, we are told Abu Abdullah is a divine plan on earth. Yani Husayn alayhi salam is God's initiative on the face of the universe. Now Abu Abdullah alayhi salam, right from the word go, at the planning stage, he planned properly and he established a retention plan. What is his retention plan? Pay attention, Mu'minin and Mu'minat. You will be shocked to know the retention plan of Abu Abdullah. His retention plan is the voice of women. The voice of Zainab. The voice of Sakina. The voice of Ruqayya. And the voice of Kulthum. So when you talk of the planning stage of Azadari, we're talking of these ladies. Where do we get that from, Sheikh Nuru? We get it from when Abu Abdullah was embarking on his journey from Medina. People came to Abu Abdullah. Why are you going with these children? He gave his explanation. Some said, but why are you taking these women? What was his response? Sha'Allah wa an yarani katila wa yaran nisa'a sabaya. It is Allah's wish that I will be slain. And it is only Allah's wish that these ladies will be the prisoners. It's a very profound statement. Prisoners in what way? Meaning they will be statement when it comes to my mission. I mentioned last night, we need to promote and develop our women if we are to get somewhere with this mission. Today the world has realized that to achieve the aim is to promote women. And when I talk of promoting our women, is to do away with some of our cultures. I don't want to talk about it tonight. We will discuss it when we reach culture and religion discussion. We need to promote them intellectually and spiritually. Because with their voices, we'll be able to take the message of Ahlul Bayt to the next level. And I challenge you, like last night, and challenge myself. How many young lady speakers do we have who go around the world and sit on Mimbar Husayn? But the least we have is what? Women Mulyanis are underpaid compared to men scholars. It begins there. When women start to ask, they said, what do you know? We need to empower them, because the planning of Abu Abdullah to return this message is through Zainab alayhi salam and those women. That is why we are told Zainab Sharikatul Husayn. You want to go to Rasulullah? You knock the door of Amir al-Mu'minin, isn't it? Allah, if you want to know about Abdullah, knock the door of Zainab. So the planning stage, that's the plan of Abu Abdullah. You read and examine the entire mission and movement of Abu Abdullah. There will be no stage where there will be no Zainab. It's impossible. Yani without Zainab, there will be no movement of Abu Abdullah. But today, do we promote our women like that? Or we sideline them? So that is the planning stage. Let's go to the second stage. It's promotion stage. Abu Abdullah planned it. But who promoted it? Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Salli ala Muhammad. And again, how did they promote it? Through women. I mentioned last night in the wasiyah of Imam al-Baqir to his beloved chief Imam. He wrote it categorically to his beloved Imam. And Imam Ja'far reported that my father wrote to me that whenever you go to Hajj in Mina, when you are in Mina, after you finish with the Amal of Mina, gather 10 women and pay them. Let them sit in some of the corners of Mina and mention the Masa'ib of Aba Abdullah. Promotion. Women. And no doubt our Imams promoted in different ways altogether. Like you read the teachings of Imam al-Rabah, you read the teachings of Imam Musa al-Kadhim. Each one of them remembered about Abdullah. And you know very well we have this beautiful masa'ib that were so helpful that our beloved Imams, most of them, before they would depart from this world, they would look at their people and say, oh my people, can you take us out of this bird and let us be under the sky? They would ask them why. Said, because I want to have a glimpse of what Husayn went through. Promotion. We need to promote it. Ahlul Bayt promoted it. Let me give you a typical example, especially to those who recite Marsiya, Noah. You know, during the time of Imam Musa al-Kadhim, the then Abbasi leadership invited so many Muslims from all walks of life. Kamil itself, Eid Miladun Nabi, big Jashin. They all came. Each one of them would come with some hadiyah and donate that hadiyah. So they were giving that hadiyah to Imam Musa al-Kadhim. There was this old man who turned left, right. He had nothing to give. He was so disturbed according to the narration. So he waited patiently until everyone left. Then he went to Imam Musa al-Kadhim. He sat next to Imam. This promotioner. When he sat next to Imam, he said, can I please talk to you? Imam said, yes, you can talk to me. He said, Allah, I've seen everybody coming with something. I've got nothing. But I've got something I can give you if you will allow me. The old man asked him, what do you have? He said, I've got this old paper. It is about the Masa'ib of Husayn, which I inherited from my father. Allahu Akbar. Can I recite that for you? Imam Musa al-Kadhim began to cry. Tears began to overflow from the eyes of Imam Musa al-Kadhim. Then this old man began to recite how Shimr sat on the chest of Aba Abdullah and he began to poke the lips of Aba Abdullah. When he finished, you know what Imam Kadhim did? All the hadaya brought to him, he gave it to that old man. Promotion. Are you promoting the message? Or you are in your comfort zone just here? That's it. What are you doing about the message? Ahlul Bayt promoted it. Are you promoting? Look at the Imam of our time himself. He said, Wallah, time did not permit me to be there. But لَأَنْدُبَنَّكَ صَبَاحًا وَمَسَاءً وَلَأَبْكِيَنَّ عَلَيْكَ بَدَلَ الدُّمُوعِ دَمًا. I will mourn for you day and night. And instead of tears, I will cry blood for you. It's promotion. We hear this now and then, but it's talking about how Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam promoted Husayn. That is why no wonder Husayn appears in everything that we do. In the ziyarah of Yawm Arafah, there is Husayn. In the ziyarah of the day of Eid, there is Husayn. In the ziyarah of every week, there is Husayn. Amal Husayn. Husayn. Why? Because life without Husayn is bitter. We need to promote it. The world, as they said, is tashneh. The world is thirsty of the message of Aba Abdullah al-Husayn. That is why I and you are told on the day of Qiyamah, when Fatima al-Zahra comes, she will first look for those who cried for Husayn. The last stage, stabilization stage. Now, Ahlul Bayt promoted it. Now it is stabilized. It is well established. What do I mean by saying it is well established? Azadari has become one of the fundamental faith of the school of thought of Ahlul Bayt. And I explained about Azadari. I don't want to repeat it again on the first night. Yani, you cannot be a Shi'i and a true Shi'i without Azadari of Abu Abdullah. That's it. But now the question is here. I want you to pay attention to this question. People are of different cultures. You have Pakistanis, Africans, you have Khojans, Iranians, Iraqis, Arabs. Do we all do the same type of Azadari or things differ? I want you to pay attention to this question, Mu'minin and Mu'minat. It's a locus of contention. Because sometimes you go to Khojans, they've got different way of looking at it. Pakistanis, you go to them, they've got different way of looking at it. Iranians, they've got different way. Now, are all nice, accepted, same way? According to the teachings of Ahlul Bayt, we have two forms of Azadari. We have a Thabita, we have a Mutaghayyira. There are Azadari that are established, and there are those that are not established. So we differ from those that are not established. But there are general guiding principles on how to go about it. You don't follow it, you are out of Azadari. What are the established ones? We looked at them. Like tears. You know what is tears? Tears is your translation of love for Husayn. That's tears. Yani, because you've reached that level, I don't know how to express my love. Let him translate it by shedding tears. It's powerful. It's not a joke, it's a big deal. In the eye of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. So that is established. Ahlul Bayt cried, they lamented. Number two, which is established, Latmiya, Matam, what we call Matam in Asian subcontinent. Arabs, they call Latam. You know what is this? This simply means my chest is sacrificed for the chest of Husayn. This we have riwayah. In other words, if I were in Karbala, I wouldn't allow Shimr to sit on the chest of Husayn. I would have allowed Shimr to sit on my chest. That's the meaning. So when you do Latmiya, that's what you're saying. So this chest is sacrificed for the chest of Abu Abdullah. Salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. This is also established. Wearing blacks, I explained, is also established. Apart from these ones, the rest are not established. What do I mean are not established? They cannot be traced from the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. But can I say it's not allowed? I can't say that until I look at the general guiding principles. There are people who walk on fire on the 10th day of Muharram. There are people, they walk on fire. That's the more. So we want to feel that heat, how Husayn felt it, so that we can appreciate Husayn more. Is it allowed? I can't say yes or no, but we will look at the guiding principles. There are 3 guiding principles from Ahlul Bayt that we use it as yardstick to measure whether our Azadari is established or is accepted. The first one, أن تكون مظهرا للجزع. Whatever form of Azadari that you want to do, it should be a manifestation of sadness. What does the riwayah say? كل البكاء والجزع مكروه ما خلا البكاء والجزع على الحسين. Every cry and lamenting is makruh, except cry and lamentation on Husayn. So whatever form of Azadari you want to do, that's okay. But it has to be madhaharan lil jaza'. It is a manifestation of that anger which is in you that you wish you were there in Karbala. I wish I was there. I would have fought alongside Husayn. I'm so sad that I was not there in Karbala. You're so sad, you've lost yourself. Like the way Abis mentioned, لَقَدْ أَجَلَّنِي حُبُّ الْحُسَيْنِ. Indeed, wallah, I'm madly crazy and in love of Husayn. But look at the second principle. Pay attention, brothers and sisters. Yardstick to measure your Azadari. Allah tatarattaba alayhi mahzurun shari'i. No matter how you lament, haram should not be committed there. What is haram? If you do Azadari and you lose part of your body, it's haram. When you do Azadari where there's a mixture between men and women too much, haram. But let's come to our level. After majlis, in your car, you play music. Contrary. No, you sitting there having chai and tabarruk and gossiping. You've changed the Azadari completely. No. After Azadari, you go out to work, you rig tax, you don't pay. You've changed it. You go Azadari, you violate the right of your husband, the right of your wife. Your Azadari is not accepted. Some people, when they come to the mosque, they are holier than thou. When they go home, they are dirty. Allah yatarattabu alayhi mahzurun shari'i. Once you are doing this Azadari, ensure that haram is not committed there. And the last one is what? That no matter how I commemorate and lament, it should not bring shame and harm to the school of thought. It should not. Do as you can, the way you want to do it, so long as it will not bring shame. So you will tell me, but there are people who hate Shias. I said, no, there are people, even if Shias bring Malaika out there, they will hate Shia. We're not talking of those people. But there are genuine people out there. That when we do our Azadari, I give you a typical example. Maybe I will land into trouble, but I give you a typical example. You know, Allah, today you find people who take the horse, they say it's Zuljunan, and they make tabarruk from the horse. Tabarruk in UK, in the United States of America, in Africa. People, they will take the horse, they say this is like Zuljunan, and making tabarruk. This really needs to be scrutinized. It may be Azadari, but this type of Azadari that Ahlul Bayt, now you go, you buy horse from anywhere. This cannot be compared with the Zuljunan of Abu Abdullah. So therefore, let's do it. But it will not bring the name of a madhab down. It has to go with Urfu or Kalai, the norm of the intellectuals. Now let's go to the second stage of the examination. The beauties of Karbala. Allahu Akbar. Karbala is so beautiful. Allah. You may think Ahlul Bayt were in pain, but they were in beauty. And you know very well when Sayyidina Zainab said, Ma ra'aytu illa jamila. I've seen nothing but beauty. But let's look at some of those beauties. The first beauty of Karbala is Damma'atun Madlumiyah. Melancholy tears. Tears. How? An example, Abu Abdullah stood next to the body of Abbas. Said, Al-an inkasara zahri. Now my backbone is broken. It's like Husayn is crying. He's not crying because Husayn is weak. No. It's trying to say there is zulum here. That's the beauty of Karbala. When Ali Akbar gone, Abu Abdullah stood there. He turned towards Najaf. He said, Ya Allah, my father, you lifted the door of Khaybar with your hand. But come see me here in Karbala. I am lifting dagger from the chest of my son. Abu Abdullah is not weakness. Na'udhu billah, astaghfirullah. Abu Abdullah said, there is zulm here. There is zulm here. I am crying. I am telling people, understand there is zulm here. That's the beauty of Karbala. That is the best way of doing it, announcing zulm to the world. Number two beauty of Karbala is what? Is tears of protest. Abu Abdullah cried, but it was protesting. He said, Inna da'i ibn da'i kad rakkaza bayna snatayn bayna silla wa zilla wa hayahata minna zilla. Allahu Akbar. Abu Abdullah, he was crying. He said, indeed, the non-identity person, who is the son of non-identity, he has confined me between two things, between dignity and misery. But misery is far from us. It's a tears of protests. Sometimes you don't have to come and talk. Tears alone is a message. When you cry every night, it's a message. Either you are protesting, or either you are announcing to the world of the Mazlumiyyat of Ahlul Bayt. That is why I said, don't prepare to cry. Wallahi, if you know the truth, the tears will drop. Because Prophet said, false tears is a tears that one prepares for it. And Allah, don't be shocked. There are people, they go and get a rap, and they rub it on their faces because they want to cry. Don't feel bad if you don't cry. There is nothing wrong. You will feel sadness in your heart. And then the last beauty of Karbala is what? It's offering of sacrifice. Each lady was competing to offer something for Fatima al-Zahra. Allahu Akbar. Layla, she was more than willing to offer Ali al-Akbar. But there was a lady who was also more than willing to offer an infant baby. These are Masai, but these are lessons. These are the beauty. That's what makes Karbala beauty. There was a young boy, like the ages of some of our sons and daughters here. Less than 10 years, some said 11 years. His name, Riwayah did not mention his name. He came out with the dress, and the dress was too big for him. Shabun kutila abuhu fil ma'araka. Amiri Husayn wa ni'mal amir. Sururun fu'adun bashirun nadhirun. Aliyun wa Fatima walidahu. Hal ta'lamu lahu minna. They said it's a young boy, youth like our sons and daughters, who came out. When he came out, the cloth even, he could not walk with that cloth. But when he went out, he was not mentioning his name. He said, Amiri Husayn wa ni'mal amir. My leader is Husayn, and blessed be this leader. He said, do you want to know him? Ali and Fatima are his parents. Is there anyone that can be compared to my leader? This is the beauty of Karbala. Allah. This is the beauty, mu'minin and mu'minat. These children that Allah has blessed us with, we have to prepare them to represent Aliyun al-Asghar and Aliyun al-Akbar. We have to prepare them to represent Sakina alayhi salam. But you know, look at this last beauty. Allahu Akbar. A lady lost two sons, and a lady lost a brother. She did not just lose the brother was beheaded. But look at the cruelty. They made the lady to walk past by the body of the brother. But when the lady got there, she sat down. She placed her two hands under the body. She said, Allahumma Rabbana taqabbal minna hadha al-qurban. What a beauty is this? This I can't imagine. Zainab, you losing them. Mohammed and Auna are gone. And you still telling us, they may have taken your joy from my eyes, but they will not take that joy from my heart. This is what is the beauty of Karbala. This should serve as lessons for us, mu'mineen and mu'minat. Let's color ourselves with this beauty. Let's affiliate ourselves with Zainab alayhi salam. Let's affiliate ourselves with Muhammad and Aun. Let them become our role models. Let's emulate them. Let's follow their step. Wallah, if I and you are able to follow them properly, we will be regarded as true Husayni. The last part of my examination are the dimensions of Karbala. First dimension is a spiritual dimension. If you study Karbala, and inshallah tomorrow this will be the topic of discussion. With its entirety, it's all about mysticism. Right from the beginning up until the end. And Abu Abdullah demonstrated that. That's why it baffles me. I ask a question. You've been coming for Majalis every year. To what level of spirituality are you? What is your level of spirituality? You are in your comfort zone in Leicester. You are in your comfort zone in Birmingham or in London or wherever you're coming from, in America, wherever. Sometimes even it's difficult for you to do salat. When Abu Abdullah, in that difficult moment, when Abu Sumama to Sa'idi looked at him, he said, "Oh my beloved master, I see Zuhur is approaching and the enemies are making headway, but I would love to die after praying my Zuhur behind you." Abu Abdullah said, "Ja'alakallahu min al-musallin al-dhakir." Spirituality of Karbala. How is your salat? To begin with, mu'minin and mu'minat. How is your salat? That's the first level of the spirituality of Karbala. When Abu Abdullah, in that darkness of the night of Tasu'a, would sit next to Zainab, said, "Ukhayya Zainab, la tansini fi nafilatil layl." Oh, my beloved sister Zainab, I beg you, don't forget me. Remember me in your namaz, inshallah. Allah, what else do we want? Ahlul Bayt establish everything for us, mu'mineen and mu'minat. Spirituality of Karbala, I'm just giving you glimpses of it. Tomorrow we'll do into details. When Abu Abdullah himself, after falling down, you would know, if it was me, I would brag, I would be proud of myself. I would say, I've fulfilled, I've done it, I've delivered. But what Abu Abdullah said, "Ilahi taraktul khalqa turran fi hawak, wa aitamtul ayala likay araka. ولو كتعني بالحب إربا لما مال الفؤاد إلى سواك." Abdullah is dying, is going. He said, "Ya Allah, I've left everything of this world. And Ya Allah, I am making my children orphan. But Allah, I want to declare to you, if they will chop me, Husayn, into pieces, my heart will not divert to anywhere until I am certain that you are pleased with me." What else do you want? Karbala is spirituality. Today, unfortunately, there are people who make ma'atam, they don't pray. Ma'atam time, packed. Salat time, zero. Where do we draw the line? Will Husayn be proud of us or not? Tabarruk time, niyaz time, full. Salat time, one line. What else? Abu Abdullah established that in Karbala. That is the essence of Karbala. That is the dimension of Karbala, spirituality. We need to connect with Allah. We need to be able to establish those fundamental relationships. Relationship with Allah, relationship with yourself, and then in return you are able to establish relationship with the universe and relationship with people. What does Abu Abdullah say? كيف يفتكر إليك بما هو مفتكر. How do I look for you through someone who is in need of you? متى جبت حتى تحتاج إلى الدليل يدل إليه. Ya Allah, when have you been absent that I need someone to show me where you are? It's Husayn. It's Husayn. Spiritual dimension, mu'minin and mu'minat. Second dimension of Karbala is dimension of movement within oneself. You have to embark on a movement. And as they said, we have three forms of movement, which if you examine Karbala, you will find all these three forms of movement. And now I'm mentioning this to encourage you, to inspire you, and encourage myself to embark on this movement. The first movement is movement within oneself, which they call Harakatun Jawhari. A dual movement in philosophy they call. What is dual movement? You see, you're sitting next to me. As I speak, sometimes you go to known to unknown. Sometimes from unknown to known. Sometimes, oh, I'm confused. What is he talking about? Oh, sometimes I've realized this is a movement. This movement, by the time you go out, should establish a good, positive stand in your life. But we have another movement they call Harakatun Makani. That is the movement of knowledge acquisition. Karbala was a platform to acquire knowledge. Today we are not reading communities. We read less. Karbala people, when they sat around Abu Abdullah, they learned so many things from Abu Abdullah. And wallah, brothers and sisters, to be independent thinker when it comes to Islam, not to follow blindly like some of us are doing, is to read. Read so that people don't take you for granted. I am telling you, I'm a speaker. Sometimes the speakers we take you for granted because you're not reading communities. Abu Abdullah embarked on that movement to inspire us to move from one place to another to read and understand. But you know, that reading and movement of Karbala, what is its end product? The end product, it will help you to bring about collaboration between your intellect and your heart. Which inshallah we'll have a discussion on that also. Because you can never be a true servant of Allah if there is no collaboration between your intellect and your heart. Let me give you an example. All of us sitting here, who doesn't know that tahajjud is good? Everybody knows. If I sit here and I remind you of tahajjud, I'm just reminding. Everybody knows. Most of the speeches are just a reminder. But how many of us are able to wake up for tahajjud? Do you know why? Because there is no collaboration between the heart and the intellect. When there is collaboration between the two, then you become emotionally attached. And once you are emotionally attached, you will do it. Karbala is about emotional attachment with Allah and Allah. So that movement is crucial. Keep thinking, keep dissecting, keep examining, keep asking, especially from now up until Arba'in. And may Allah bless all of us to do our Arba'in next to the dome of the Mubarak of Abu Abdullah. But keep thinking, keep asking yourself, that movement initiated within yourself. Youth, organize yourself. So, okay, now this is Muharram. We're going to open a WhatsApp group for Muharram. What are we going to do? That speaker mentioned this. Let's put it, let's dissect, let's examine. You have to do something about it. And then the last dimension of Karbala is the dimension of reformation. You remember we discussed reformation. But there are three things I want to share with you tonight that are means of reformation, which is also something that we can think about as communities, which I think we don't have it. We only have the first one. The first means of reformation is a member. So, I mentioned we need a lot of ladies to be part of this journey. You know, sometimes a lady comes to you, it's a ladies' affair. Maulana doesn't know much about the ladies' affair. So you need ladies to take charge. So member is a form, that's fine. The second one, which is lacking in our community, is a play of Karbala. When I talk of a play, not we do a small play in the mosque. We have to think of hiring a theater where we do a professional play of Husayn. So all the Shias of Leicester, the Pakistanis, the Iranis, the Afghanis, we all come together. If we are to employ even non-Muslims and teach them how to play who are professional in that field, so that we invite people, there is a play at the theater so and so about Husayn, the son of Ali. This will be a means of reformation. We don't have it. What we have is small things in the Jamaat, the children, they play, that's good. But now we need to do something big. Get non-Muslims, write the transcript, pay money, market Abu Abdullah to the next level. That will be a means of reformation, not for only you, but for everyone, because Wallah, Husayn is a source of inspiration. And then the last but not least, which alhamdulillah today we have, is Waqful Husayn endowment. So we have our brothers and sisters in Husayn who's doing fantastic job. But we need people to establish Husayn's endowment. What? Husayn Foundation. People put small money, but use it to either reach out to people who are in need, but in the name of Aba Abdullah. Don't forget, we are told Al-Islamu Muhammadiyul Hudusi wa Husayniyul Baqa. Inception of Islam is Muhammadi, but the sustenance of Islam is Husayni. That is why when we remember those companions of Aba Abdullah, we remember those beautiful teachings of Aba Abdullah, that there are no better companions ever been on the face of universe than my companions. Because those companions, they knew they were dying, but they still went. Companions of Prophet, they knew they would go back home alive. Companions of Amir al-Mu'mineen, when they were going to Jamal, Nahrawan, Siffin, they knew we would come back. The only companions who knew they would die and they still went were the companions of Abdullah al-Husayn. That is why Husayn said, I've not known of any companion like my companion. But as you know, tonight is the night of Habib ibn Mazahir al-Asadi. That old man who has to be an inspiration for our old fathers and mothers. But before we enter into Habib ibn Mazahir, Allah, there is this companion I want to remind you of him. This companion, Wahabul Kalbiya. That Christian companion who joined Aba Abdullah barely few days. And he and his wife were the first martyrs. You know what happened? Narration says on the 10th day of Muharram, Wahab's wife looked at Wahab. She looked at him several times. And each time she looked at Wahab, she would ask Wahab, don't tell me you are going to Husayn. Then Wahab would respond, I must go to Husayn. The wife would ask him why. He said, because that is the wish of my mother. Now the turn of Wahab came. Wahab began his steps towards Aba Abdullah for permission. When he got to Aba Abdullah looked at Wahab. He said, Wahab, you just became a Muslim. You were Christian few days. Why do you want to come alongside my companions? Why do you want to die? Stay and look after your wife because you just got married. Wahab said, no, life after you, Husayn, is no life. But you know, this is the line I want to leave you. Then we enter into Habib ibn Mazahir al-Asad. Abu Abdullah granted permission. Wahab began to head towards the battlefield. We are told Wahab fought and fought and fought and fought. But Ibn Ziyad and Shimr gave a brief command. Go and behead Wahab. But narration says when Wahab was walking towards the battlefield, the wife was walking slowly behind him. And she kept saying, Wahab, come back. Wahab, come back. And Wahab wouldn't listen. He wouldn't stop. For the third time, the wife said, Wahab, go. Wahab, go. Then Wahab stopped. He looked at the wife. Why first, second time, Wahab, come back. The third time, Wahab, go. He said, because when I look at the camp of Aba Abdullah, I see Aliyun al-Asgar without water. I see Sakina without water. Hence, I must let you go. Narration says Wahab went to the beheaded Wahab. But as they were beheading Wahab, the wife of Wahab rushed to the body of Wahab. She sat next to the body of Wahab. Shimr gave a brace command to Rostam. He said, Rostam, do to her the same thing you did to the husband. Allah, they beheaded the wife. But look at these points. That's why I said the companions of Abu Abdullah are the best. They took the head of Wahab because the mother of Wahab was standing and she was watching what was happening. You know what they did? They threw the head of Wahab to the mother. Allahu Akbar. May Allah grant us this iman. May Allah grant us this iman and yaqeen. The mother of Wahab took the head of Wahab. She said, Ya Allah, if you will grant me this head and grant me more of it 20 times, I will be proud to give it to the son of Zahra. You know, it's like the mother of Wahab is saying, Wallah, I still remember the broken rib of Fatima Zahra. Now let's come to Habib ibn Mabahir al-Asadiyah, who was not only companion of Abu Abdullah, Habib was companion of Rasulullah, companion of Amir al-Mu'mineen, companion of Imam Hassan, and eventually became a companion of Abu Abdullah al-Husayn. You know very well, narration says Habib met Muslim bin Awsaja. Those old people, their conversation is unbelievable. I wish our senior citizens learn from them. He met Muslim bin Awsaja in the market of Kufa. A Muslim was buying something. Habib asked Muslim, why are you here for? What are you here for? He said, I'm here to buy henna so that I can dye my beard. You know what was the response of Habib? Habib said, leave it, man. There is a hyena in Karbala. Let us go to Karbala. When we dye our beard with it, it will never change until the day of Qiyamah. Muslim asked Habib, what is that hyena? He said, Wallah, it's no one else but the son of Fatima al-Zahra. Narration says Habib came and arrived in Karbala. When Habib arrived in Karbala, may Allah grant you the ziyarah of Sayyidah Zainab in Shama. Allah, when Habib arrived in Karbala, the news went to Sayyidah Zainab. Sayyidah Zainab said, Ablig anni salam ila Habiba. Oh, my people, pass my salam to Habiba. Say to Habib, Zainab is saying, Assalamu alayka ya Habib. You know what Habib did when the salam reached Habib? Allah, narration says Habib sat down on the ground in Karbala. And Habib started taking the sand of Karbala and he was pelting on his face. He said, Allah, I'm not worthy of the salam of Zainab alayhi salam. It's like Habib knew Shimmer will slap on the cheek of Zainab. Habib came to Khaymaga at night. The enemies came. Tamimi, he came to Khaymaga and he saw Habib. He said, I am here, Habib, to suggest and advise you. Habib asked him, what advice is that? He said, we will receive a letter from Ibn Ziyad that tomorrow we should behead everybody. And Habib, you are a highly respected member of our tribe. Get out of the camp of Husayn. What was the response of Habib? What will I offer to Fatima al-Zahra? You know, amazingly, each one of them remembered the broken rib of Fatima al-Zahra. Habib said, what will I offer Fatima al-Zahra? Now the next day, on the 10th day of Muharram, you know, Muslim bin Awsaja went first before Habib. When they struck on Muslim, Muslim fell down. When Muslim fell down, he called out, Wa alayka salamu ya Aba Abdullah. But you know, this really is hurtful. Habib heard the voice of Muslim. He rushed to the body of Muslim. Habib sat there and Muslim was struggling. He was losing their life. Then Habib said to Muslim, Wallah, if I knew you would die before me, I would have asked you to make a will. Then Muslim said, Habib, I have a will. He asked him, what is your will? He said, look at there. Husayn is my will. Husayn is my will. Don't leave Husayn alone. Husayn is my will. Look after Husayn. But it came the last moment. We are told it was during Salat time when Abu Sumama requested to pray behind Abu Abdullah. But Abu Abdullah asked Abu Sumama to go and ask the enemies to wait for them to pray before the battle. When they went, Hasin ibn Namir said, Wallah, you pray, but Allah will not accept your salah. Habib heard that. Habib said, Allah will accept your salah and will not accept the salah of the sons of Zahra. That was when the attack on Habib started. And you know what happened? Hassin attacked Habib. Habib attacked him back. We are told that Habib killed quite a good number of people. But they came and surrounded Habib. They began to kick the Habib one after the other. We are told they began to kick him with the sword left and right. Habib fell down. They kicked the chest of Habib. They kicked the leg of Habib. And the final moment of Habib, as they did it to all of them, they came and beheaded Habib. Inna lillah wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ilahi ridan bi qada'ik wa tasliman li amrik la ma'budu siwak. We ask Allah tabaraka wa ta'ala to forgive us our shortcomings. We ask Allah to inspire us with the teachings and the ma'rifah of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. May Allah continue to increase the love of Imam Husayn in our heart. Allah, we ask you, don't deny us the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah Husayn. Allah, don't deny us the ziyarah of Sayyida Zainab alayhi salam. Allah, inspire us to always wanting to be next to Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. Our youth, may Allah Ta'ala protect them with His protection. Those who are starting university this September, they've requested special dua from me. May Allah wa ta'ala inspire them to understand whatever they are going to be taught, inshallah. And those who will follow them in the near future, may Allah wa ta'ala make it easy for them, inshallah. Our marhumin, may Allah forgive them and grant them Jannat al-Firdaus. Ma'atam al-Husayn, Ya Husayn, Ya Husayn, Ya Husayn, Ya Husayn.